I've lived on the estate now for 38 years and 1 month. It's got better from when I first moved here, and it is quite nice now. When I first moved in, both lifts were broken down and we had to move all our furniture, bedroom stuff and all that up the floors into the flat. And it took me and my friends quite a long time. It's quieting down a lot now. You don't see people running up and down the stairs. You know, you could get it 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, because I used to live near the stairs. Well, I lived near the stairs, and you could hear them shouting and things like that. But it's all quieting down now because of the security we got, the cameras, you know, and the concierge and things like that. It's all quieting down a lot. I'd rather live somewhere where I can go home after a day's work, put my feet up, have a nice cup of tea, watch the telly in peace. I've always said if I won the lottery, I've got a lot of money, I would never move to a mansion or anything like that. I'll be happy as I am. I'll be happy as I am because I really live on my own, but I've had my cousins stay with me. I've got a friend staying with me now. If you lived in an area like I have, I've lived here, you know, nearly 70 years, it's in your brain all the time, where if you win a lot of money and you go and move out into Kent and things like that, probably might be different if I was married and had children. It was a nice area to live in. It was, you know, take away the traffic, because we lay back from the Elephant, it was a safe place to let your children go. You know, you just told them, keep away from the road, because you had the playgrounds at the back. You could just let the kids enjoy themselves. Here's a nice place to live. But what it's going to be like in 10 years when all these buildings go up, you know, everywhere, you know what I mean? The Draper estate's going to be hidden, because you've got that one coming up now, you've got that one, the one over there started to come up, and the Draper estate is going to be slapped down in the middle. We've gone from big to small.
From being the tallest building.
That's right, being the tallest building now to being one of the smallest buildings, although we're 25 stories high. But I have enjoyed living on the estate. It's, you know, it's good, it's good.
When I first moved into Draper House in 1977, my rent was £8 a week. It's gone up astronomical now. Well, ask council now what it is now. I'm not going to answer that one, but it is now. All the small shops are gone, and they're all big shops now, and the big shopping centre, that didn't exist, did it? Of course, there was trams when I was younger, and there was quite a big difference change there. Well, it's very central. You've got the tube, you've got the stations, and yeah. But now I've got my free bus pass. I can travel all over London and be back, come central, and it's like from at Mill Hill Broadway, where I was in Orphanage years ago. I could go out there in what 35 minutes and I'm back here central, very, very central. That's its main criteria of me. The only change is all the buildings. You know what I mean? That's the biggest change. It's the small houses on back of Draper. That's nice, just 2 stories high, because the children would come out straight onto the ground, didn't they? You know what I mean? Instead of playing up 18 floors, they come out and play in the street, which is far superior, isn't it? I tell you what I do remember, loads and loads of sparrows. We don't get no sparrows in London now. It's sparrows everywhere.
So what do you like about the changes here?
The changes, you have to go with the times, didn't you? So you have to accept it. And that's called progress, isn't it? And it's no good looking back. It's pointless looking back. You must always look forward. So you go with the progress. Otherwise, you can't go forward. Otherwise.
My name is Maria Felix. I was born in London, South London, in Lambeth. I've lived here about 15 years.
Would you like to live somewhere else?
Yes, I would like to live somewhere else if I could afford to move there. I like living in this area. I've always lived in South London, but change is good. I mean, I like the estate. I was decanted here. That meant I lived somewhere else. that was about to be pulled down, so I didn't really have any choice to come here. But when I first arrived on the estate, the day I moved in, someone turned up at my door with a box with coffee, tea, sugar, biscuits, just to welcome me into the block, which I thought was really nice. And I don't think that would happen today.
How long have I lived in Draper House? 50 years. 50 years. Yeah, very good 50 years as well. Nice people, good neighbours. So I couldn't last for more, could I? I was born in 1919, so that makes me 96. I remember when Draper House, there used to be a little marketplace, Draper Street, where this is actually today. Before Draper House, these were all line up little shops, grocery shops and all that, shoe shop. There used to be a pub where this is called the George. And also, the pianist in there was Russ Conway. Russ Conway used to play the piano in there. Yeah, that's going back. I never used to drink, we never used to drink too much. We used to play cards, you know, and gamble a lot, but not a lot of money.
What have you done in your life that you want to tell us about?
In 1940, I got called up for the army.
In Parliament, after years of waiting for other nations to disarm, Britain bows to the inevitable. Youth is called to serve. Youth must answer the call for national safety and British freedom.
I was there on D-Day on the beaches, and then from beaches I went to Bayeux, Caen, Falaise, and then up to Dieppe with the Canadians, into Belgium, and from Belgium I went to Holland, and from Holland I finished up in Germany. My last one was the Battle of the Ardennes. That happened in Christmas time in 1944 to 45, the big Battle of the Bulge under General George Patton. That's when the Germans tried to break the lines of the Americans. So we was called up to go down and help them. And I went down into the Ardennes over Christmas. I sat in it, a piece of cheese and a piece of bread on Christmas Day dinner and slept under the lorry, which was absolutely freezing cold. I think that's why my hands are always cold today. But a good life, and I met many, many men. Good, strong men, you know. Lovely fellas, all there. Yeah, it was a good life. No regrets. No regrets, Lola. And I met hundreds of people. Yeah. What else?
Would you like to live somewhere else?
I don't want to live anywhere else. I could do, but I don't. And also, I live on my own. I do my own chores. I do my own cooking, washing, keep myself clean and tidy, keep my little flat clean and tidy. They're the principles of what life's all about. Respect other people and give them the courtesy of the day.
What would you like to change about Draper Estate?
I don't want to change anything about Draper Estate. There's already been so many changes that I think it's going to look completely different to what it was before and to what it is now after it changes. So I don't want to change anything, it's okay.
What's your favourite thing on Draper Estate?
My favourite thing on Draper Estate is probably the park, because it's, I don't know why, but I just like how colourful it is. There's trees. It's not that big, but there's loads of trees. Not really that many trees actually. It's still really green. It's nice to have a picnic there. It's got a nice playground. It's for children and adults and teenagers. That's my favourite place in Draper Estate.
I'm Diana Pleasance. I moved in here in 1965, March, from an old building, an old shop that was just in Newington Butts. And first of all, we weren't able to move in directly. We just started having new furniture brought in, because we had to keep an eye on the off-licence that we were running, my husband and I were running at the time. And I was looking forward to having a nice bath instead of the old tin bath that we had in the old shop. We were still living in the old off-licence, and we had a roof area where we were watching all this area, all this Draper House, Wollaston Close Castle House being built. And I think it was my husband came out and just took a photograph of us. My son was probably about seven now. It was quite different because above the old shop where we used to live before we just moved into here, it was all crooked and sloping. We had to have all the furniture jacked up with blocks. Other than that, they would have fallen over. Draper House, that was brand new, and it was very nice. Like a little house, you know, your own little house. You had your front door and a hallway, and a staircase leading up to the bedrooms. So it felt like, as though it wasn't a flat, it just seemed like a little house that you were in. And I had very good neighbours. I'm afraid they've all gone now, all deceased. And I've seen quite a few changes now from different neighbours. Some of them very pleasant and some of them not so pleasant. It was exciting. You know, I did enjoy it. And I mean, the view was good as well, you know, just across London. I mean, we didn't have any sort of big buildings, and I mean, we had lots of older places that were still round the back, doubles from here. Not very happy with these tall blocks causing all these winds, but taking all our block. And then I got in touch with somebody to oppose the other block. About 5 councillors came up here and said, you have got a good view, haven't you, a marvellous view, but of course you've got no right to a view. So, you know, that's... I find that most people now are quite friendly, and they seem to be quite friendly with me, because when I talk to them and say that I've lived in here now for 50 years, and they say, goodness, I bet you've seen some changes.
My name is Hugh Quinn. I've lived in Draper 32 years this year.
How old are you?
How old am I? I'm 69.
Okay.
I know I don't look a day over 21. I'm very happy with Draper, and I've lived here all these years, and I've been very happy with it. It's absolutely wonderful living here. It's so central to all the transport, and we've got some nice neighbours here as well, and we all seem to get on as a community here. Actually, I can't remember what it was like when I first moved here. It was just a great idea to actually live here, and it was so central to what I was doing work-wise. And I don't know, it hasn't changed much. The old Elephant Centre's still here. You know, it's as old as I am.
Would you change anything about Draper?
Would I change anything about Draper? No.